guys, it's Paul and Maggie. Today's vlog is about us making apple crisp and then just going over a lot of the things that we did end of the summer into the fall. It is officially fall here in New York.
I am, yes. So this week Maggie had a good idea to do some home cooking and we decided to use this apple crisp recipe. But she's made it in the past and it sounds pretty good. I'm a fan of apple crisp, so after work today, we went to the grocery store, picked up the necessary ingredients, things like flour and sugar and butter. A normal person would have in their own kitchen, but I do not. So I'm currently peeling the
honey crisp apple. So what I learned about apple crisps or apple pies for when you're baking anything appley is to always use tardy fruits because they bake better because there's not that much sugar that kind of dissolves when you bake them at high temperatures. So we had the options Honey Crisp, Granny Smith, and Red Delicious. And Paul and I, we both like Honey Crisp, so we decided to grab a bunch of these Honey Crisps. So I'm gonna post the recipe. I'm gonna just put the recipe up there, but where did we pick up from the last vlog?
Yeah, so at the last vlog, we were in Central Park. Since then, it's been pretty chill. Over Labor Day weekend, we visited some of Maggie's close friends in Albany. And then...
In Albany, we got to watch Shang-Chi and the 10 Rings, and it was one of the more highly anticipated movies that I was looking forward to this whole year. And I'm so proud of people responding so well to it. And it's just a big win for Asian Americans.
We both really like Marvel movies, so we're both really excited to see it, and it definitely did not disappoint us. And we are also looking forward to the Eternals movie that is coming out in November, so that's exciting.
Lots of amazing fall movies this year. So there's the Eternals, Shang-Chi just came out, Paul sneaking in a bite. Did you eat a bite?
No. I went for a little nibble here and I was denied.
You can take the little ones.
Yeah.
Little ones that are too small, that will probably cook a lot faster than the big ones. You kind of want to just avoid, like the size that I'm chopping is kind of like a nice cube shape, if you can see.
Yeah, so we went to Albany, saw Shang-Chi, good escape from the city.
We had a little good escape from the city, yeah. We also went to an orchard, the cider farm that was there, and we got to try some apple cider donuts and apple cider. Hello!
Hey!
We're here at an apple orchard cider farm-ish thing. One of my favorite foods for the fall is apple cider donuts and apple cider drinks and pies and stuff. There's a bunch of pies, there's a bunch of muffins, there's a bunch of apple cider donuts. What are you excited about?
I'm excited about this pancake mix
Oh yeah,
that we just picked up from the store over there.
And it smells so good here. It's just like all fall vibes here. We got these apple cider donuts from Bowman Orchard. What do you think of these donuts?
I think these donuts, very sugary, but also you can feel the apple crisp.
And these hot apple cider.
I could say the apple cider could use a little sugar. It's very appley.
Very appley. I would rate this 8 out of 10 for me. What do you think?
I'd give the donut a 9 out of 10. I'd give the apple cider maybe a 7 out of 10.
But it's the fall time. Get your apple cider donuts and your apple cider drinks.
Right after Labor Day weekend, Maggie started her second semester of graduate school at NYU Tandon School of Engineering, a smart cookie. How's school going so far?
Honestly, yeah, a lot of my friends and family concur to this, that I haven't been able to just hang out as much, or they haven't been able to see me as much because I'm just living in the library this fall. I also work full-time, and so Monday to Friday I would be working, and then right after work I would try to squeeze in a little study session for like an hour or two, but when you spend 8-9 hours and then an hour or two commuting after work, the last thing you want to do is study, right? And so I've been just trying my best to utilize every free time that I have to study. I love annotating notes, reading through articles, meeting up with my group to do our business project. So I'm currently taking 2 classes, and if anybody's interested, the program that I'm taking is at NYU, the Biotech and Entrepreneur program. If anybody's interested, let me know and I can share more details about it with you. But this semester has really been more about decreasing the amount of time that I'm, having fun, and then increasing the amount of time I'm at the library or studying. So that's my, end of the summer into the fall.
Definitely, she's got a lot on her plate, but she's handling it amazingly.
Thank you.
We're still Labor Day weekend here. Right after her Tuesday class, I actually left for Cape Cod for...
You went without me.
I did. Tisk tisk on me. But yeah, so I left on Wednesday to head to Cape Cod for my cousin's wedding. She got married to her amazing husband at a nice beach wedding in Cape Cod, and Maggie was able to join us for the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but yeah.
Alright, he didn't go without me. He just left earlier than I did.
Yes.
So I had to fly by myself, which is fine. A little peace and quiet sometimes is nice, We were by the beach, so, it was just gorgeous. This is a beach here out in Cape Cod. Brewster, really close to Hyannis. It's a private beach for the residents. Oh, some people. Paul! Say hi!
Hello! The water is pretty cold right now. If you go a little closer, look at your feet. When the water comes in and goes out.
It's cold.
And then the next weekend happened to be yours truly here birthday. So we went to a nice restaurant in the city called Cote. It's a Korean steakhouse. It was really cool.
Out and about on a Friday, the day before this guy's birthday. We are here at Cote for your birthday. Want to describe what we're eating?
We're having Butcher's Feast. There's an assortment of steaks.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Big wish, big wish. That's the quick wish, man. The cool thing about this place, Cote, we 100% recommend it. It's called Cote, C-O-T-E, and it's just this infamous Korean steakhouse where they not only serve any American kind of steak, but seasoned in Korean styled seasoning, if that makes sense at all. On top of that, we had a lot of appetizers. So, I've had both American steak and Korean steak. But Paul here, it was his first time. What is the distinction that you observed while we were at Cote?
Yeah, so...
Because you've never been, right? You've never had something like that.
But to be honest, the actual meat was not very different, I would say, to a normal steak or steakhouse. What really was different were the sides or the appetizers and the sauce that you put on the steak. So the first thing I'll talk about is the steak sauce. It was different. It wasn't your typical A1 steak sauce. They have some kind of proprietary sauce recipe. But it was very good. It was a lot different. The sauce made the steak taste really flavorful, but it was more Asian, Asian tasting, Asian fusion. With the sides, they were completely different. So with your typical, American steakhouse or some American sides, you have maybe some potatoes, baked or mashed. You could have corn, you could have broccoli, you could have, your traditional things. At Cote, they had it was kind of like you were getting Korean barbecue. I don't even know what they are.
I think it was we had pickled scallion, we had kimchi, of course, we had pickled radish, we had boiled egg dish, white rice, his favorite. They had lettuce. So if you don't know Korean barbecue, what are you doing? Korean barbecue, they give you like lettuce as the wrap, and then you add like a bunch of, and then you add the meat, and then you add some paste, and then you add some toppings, like whether it be kimchi, whether it be pickles, whether it be beans, like whatever it is, right? And then you kind of like wrap it up and you bite into it like it's like a taco or a wrap. At the end, the total of this whole experience per person was about like $65, but I definitely think it's worth the price. What do you think?
I give it a 5.
So back to the apple crisp. We have finished cutting 4 apples, and I just cubed them, big cubes. And you kind of need everything to be consistent. We're going to be making the crisp topping, which includes, read me the ingredients.
1 cup of all-purpose flour.
I'm gonna grab the purpose flour.
2/3 cup of packed dark brown sugar.
Right here. That with the flour. So we got these, oh sorry, we got these all-purpose flour from Whole Foods. To be honest, there's definitely cheaper places to buy your ingredients. You don't have to go to Whole Foods. You can go to Trader Joe's. You can go to your local grocery store. We just happened to be around Whole Foods when we were trying to buy stuff. So a little bit pricier, but I'm not baking an apple crisp every single day, right? I'm gonna toss all the apples into this lovely pan, glass pan.
Put the apples in the pan and then drizzle up to 1/4 cup of water over the apples.
Yeah. We're gonna add the apples. Actually, Paul, you can add the water. Ooh, so this looks delicious actually. I can just sit here and eat out all the apples. So you can see. How much water?
1/4.
1/4 water into the apple. Now we're going to be preparing the crisp.
All right, step 1, 1 cup of all-purpose flour.
Okay, throw it in there.
1 cup. 2/3 cup packed dark brown sugar. Ooh, packed. Ooh, packed.
So instead of dark brown sugar, we're using light brown sugar.
Yep.
For those of you who don't know, when it says packed and unpacked, it basically means to just pat down your ingredients, your dry ingredients, because or not pack them down because it affects the volume of whatever you're trying to measure out.
Oh, and by the way, we are using this massive bowl because, like I mentioned before, we are lacking on the kitchen equipment in this apartment.
That's an honest
So this is
yes.
our only bowl in the apartment.
We could also go to our next door neighbor, but I don't think they would appreciate that. I want all the sugar. Okay, that is 1 pack of sugar. Sheesh. It's taking a minute. Anyway, we went out for date night tonight at this Italian restaurant in LIC. Do you guys remember when all summer long we were having like Korean fried chicken? So we decided to switch it up for the fall time, and we are now having Italian food. So we went to our first Italian restaurant in LIC called, hold on, this is the second 1/3 cup. So 2/3. We went to an Italian restaurant for our date night, which we do monthly because, it's just important to check in with your partner, not just what they're doing, but also how they've been feeling, whether it's professionally or personally, and just check in with each other. And you know, talk about problems that you guys are having. So that's what we did. When we had calamari, we had penne alla vodka, and filet mignon. Cinnamon. A fact about me, I love cinnamon. So we got this cinnamon from Whole Foods. Basically, this entire thing should be sponsored by Whole Foods. Here. Oh. Look at how cute this is. Just a half teaspoon of cinnamon. Honestly, I would just put in all the cinnamon. I love cinnamon. I don't even measure my cinnamon. Look at me go.
Now 1/8 teaspoon of salt.
Salt. So this is not sponsored by Whole Foods. We had this prior. So, what else did we do this summer, this fall? Kim and I are at Serendipity 3 trying this frozen hot chocolate, and we're at the seats where
John Cusack and Kate Beckinsale.
Yep, right at this spot.
The movie Serendipity.
And this is delicious. Okay, fine. It's so amazing. Highly recommend. What do you think? What do you think of this?
11 out of 10.
11 out of 10. Usually she roasts everything she eats. This is okay. This is pretty good.
Not much. It's only been a month.
True. Oh, the butter. Right?
Yep, it says add the butter pieces and use your fingers to rub the mixture together until the butter is incorporated and the mixture resembles
So we're going to cube this into like little cubes. And you want these to be softened, not melted. Soft versus melted butter. Basically soft is like this where you can make a dent. Like that. But melted butter is liquid. But you don't want melted butter, you want like crumbs of butter. While we're doing the butter, Paul just started preheating the oven.
Cut the butter into 1/2 inch pieces. Add the butter pieces and use your fingers to rub the mixture together until the butter is incorporated and the mixture resembles coarse crumbs.
Look at how soft and easy it goes down. So you don't want it too thick, nor do you want it too thin. So I think this is like perfect. Alright. Obviously we're gonna cut it smaller, so bam. 1/2 inch. Like this then? Like that?
That's all.
Size that we're looking at, not too big, not too small. So here is this mix that we conjured up. Whoops. And we've decided to, I suggested using utensils to mix this, but this brave man wants to use his hands. And
That's what the recipe says.
Go right ahead, go right ahead. Yum.
It's like sand.
Does it bring back childhood memory?
No.
Anyway, so what Paul's currently doing is he's mixing the ingredients together, really trying to get the butter to form with the salt and the flour and the sugar, cinnamon, so just getting it all together so that nothing really dries out. You don't want anything to dry out, and the best way to do that is just kind of like get the butter with it together, because the butter will eventually melt, and whatever is with the butter kind of just, turns to crisp if you put it in long enough. So it's really coming to shape, actually. I'll show you guys what he's doing.
Bam!
What do you think?
Looking good. Does this resemble coarse crumbles to you?
Yes, we're getting the coarse crumble feel. Paul has made the filling. We're going to scatter it onto the apple without patting down on it. And this was a mistake when I was a kid baking apple crisps or apple pies, is patting down on the filling. The problem with that is it doesn't allow any contact with air, and therefore it becomes so soggy. And when you kind of let it have air in between pockets, it allows it to crisp and not just get packed together. And I'm gonna add more cinnamon because I love cinnamon. Bam, 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 bam. part right there. Yum, yum, yum. All right, I'm just gonna add a little bit more cinnamon because, you know, I love cinnamon. Woohoo! Okay. It's going to bake in the oven. I'll see you in an hour. After an hour and a half. Ah! Come to mama. Paul here is doing the muscle work, of course. We're gonna cut into it really soon, but it's a secret. Our apple crisp is done, and we kind of just portioned it out on the plate. And we also got these, guess where, from Whole Foods, vanilla bean. We're just going to try our little bake creation.
Yeah.
Are you excited? Oh my gosh, this is the first time you've made this, right?
It is the first time I've made this from scratch. I feel so accomplished in my baking skills. But yeah, look at that ice cream.
So after we took the apple crisp out from the oven, and we kind of let it just sit so it can cool. And now we have, look at this scoop of ice cream. Plop! Oh, plop! Right over here. Okay, now let's try it. We'll let you know how it is.
Bone apple?
Bone apple. Oh, it's so buttery. Like, you gotta get that. Oh yeah. Well, you gotta get the entire thing. So we're going to do. Right. How is it? How is it without the ice cream?
It's great.
What does it taste like? What is it? Is it sweet? Is it tarty? Is it crispy enough? Is it baked enough? Like, what is going on? Is it cinnamony enough?
I
I don't even measure myself. Look at me go. This is amazing.
guys.
Woohoo! Okay. Because I put so much cinnamon on it.
I think it's just, honestly, it's just an apple crisp. It's nice and crispy. There's a nice little sweet taste of the Honey Crisp. And
Come down a little bit. Can't see you, buddy.
I'm so low to the ground here. But yeah, it's overall very good.
This is amazing. Okay, so it's not too tardy and it's not overly sweet. The apple that I'm talking about. The filling, the crumbles, so crispy. The apple crisp is still warm too because we just,
And it's not too sweet either.
So this is our little bite. Okay, I'm gonna go for it. Wow!
So good.
We hope you enjoyed our little night making apple crisp and just going over what we did this summer and going into the fall. And we hope you enjoyed our little video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe.
She said make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Bye. All you can see is your teeth.